Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this Christmas card making project. This is our last Christmas card making project before Christmas. I will be back on the 1st of January with the first of my 31 days tricks and techniques, and then the first Monday after the 1st of January I'll be back with our normal card making projects. So this is a very special card because I wanted to make it to wish you all a very happy Christmas, and I thought I'll save the best till last. So we're going to be using a few Griffin products, and we're going to be doing some paper folding. So the first thing we need is our 7x5 card blank base. Everything I do use I'll put below in the description box just to let you know what kit it's from or where it's from. But I have used some of Anna's older papers in this, so you'll see as we go along anyway. This is my card base. It's the 7x5 inch card base, my favourite, and I'm just going to give it a good sharp score along the edge, and I'm going to start with the inside as always. So the first thing I've got is a dark green card layer, and this is from just general dark green cardstock that I've had. So I've got double-sided tape on the back of it, and I'm simply just going to position this on the inside of our card like that. Next, I've got an ivory layer that I've stamped. Actually, I'm sorry, I'll take that back. This was from the Joyful Inserts, and I've cut it and trimmed it to fit. So I've literally taken one of the folded inserts, I've trimmed it down from one side so that I'm just left with an insert panel rather than a folded insert. And I've added double-sided tape on the back of it so that it will sit nicely on the inside of our card. Then what I've done is I've cut some squares, and these are just short of an inch square, and I'm simply going to add 3 at either side of our sentiment, and they're going to go just up the sides along the edge so that it just gives it something a little bit different. And I'm just going to turn it round to do the other side. So we'll start with a different one in the middle, and maybe the holly, and you can see I've already got glue on the back of them because I've just had to prepare this because it could be quite long-winded, this one. So there we go. So that's our 3 at either side, and then just in the middle I'm simply going to add 1, 2, just to the edge of the writing, and they're going to overlap a little bit, so don't worry if they do overlap, like that, and that one, and then a final one for the centre. There we go, like that. Make it a bit like a patchwork, so that's not too straight. Just try and straighten that up a little bit. But that's the inside of our card, something a little bit different. You've still got room to write to and from, a little message. If you're going to write an essay or a long lecture, I'd probably advise not to make this card because there isn't room for your on your insert, or add a separate letter. So that's the inside, a little bit jazzy with our squares and our patchwork, ideal for scraps. You know, we've all got that box that's just full and overflowing of scraps. This one's ideal for it. So next we're going to go to the front of our card. So I'm just going to give it a good sharp score. There we go. And the first layer for this is one of Anna's metallic layers, one of her Christmas foil layers, should I say. I've got double-sided tape on the back of this, and I'm just going to simply peel this away and pop it on the front. So there we go, trying to get it straight to the corners. They measure 7 by 5 inches and you get 6 by 6 as well in the pack. So they fit perfectly to the front of the card. Next, we're going to do some paper folding. So you're going to want your squares of paper, and these are just over 2.5 inches in size, 2.5 by 2.5, or for anybody who prefers centimetres, they're just over 6.5 centimetres by 6.5 centimetre squares. Then we're going to fold them. You're going to want 15 squares, and we're going to fold them. And I've used 3 different colours of paper, and these are from Anna's older collections, but you would be able to use any of your papers. They will all mix and match. So I'll show you how I folded them, because obviously I've started already to add them for the layer that we're going to add to the card. So we've done this before, but I'm quite happy to show you again because I think it's a great technique. So we take our square, turn it over, and the first thing we're going to do is go edge to edge through the centre of the square and edge to edge through the centre of the square. This is basically so that we can find our centre. Then we fold the corner in to the centre where you've made the mark that you've just done the fold, and then you go to the next corner and the next corner and then the last corner. So you've made a smaller square. Now the idea to this is that we're going to keep folding and we're going to turn it over. The one thing you do want to have is something to be able to make sure that your scores are good and sharp along the edges, because that's half the battle with paper folding. So then we're going to turn it over and we're going to fold in again to the centre line that you could be able to see, and fold all 4 in like that. There we go. So we've got our paper folded square. Go through all the edges and the corners with your bone folder or something sharp that you've got, and then you're going to need 15, whether you do alternate colours or not, or all the same. They'll all mix and match anyway. So that's how we get our folded little squares. Now I've cut a section of card. It's red card, double-sided red card, and I cut it to fit the squares rather than the card, because everybody folds different and it's the folding technique that's going to show up on your card, not so much your layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this to the front of my card, and I know that I'm only going to get a little bit of the foiling from the layer below, but that's okay, it just makes it stand out. So I'll pop that on the front, and then I can add the last of my folded squares. So because I'm doing them alternate, so that's 1, that's 2, and then the last one, 3. So that's our folded sections. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the reason I use red card to put them on was because if you get any gaps between your folded squares, it's the red that you can see, so that will tone in with the red from the squares that I've used. If I was using pink squares or green, maybe I'd use, you know, a green or whatever tones with them. so that if it catches the light or you just see any bits through the edges, it's the red that you'll see. But you don't really see a lot, so it's just in case, I suppose. The next thing that I've got is one of Anna's glitter stickers. Now, I've peeled the back of it away, and I've also added 3D foam on the back. Now, for anybody who has nervous disposition, you might want to add a little bit of glue as well, because then you have to take courage in both your hands and put your glitter sticker on top of your folded squares, and you need to press down so that your 3D foam will stick where it needs to, and then the rest will catch as well from the bit that's you've peeled the back of the sticker bit away. So there we go. Press it down nice and firm. You're not going to ruin your folded bits because they'll bounce back, but you want that sticker stuck on there. So that's that layer. Next, we're going to add a sentiment. Now, this is an old sentiment that I've had from an Anna kit from a long time ago, but I just thought it would sit nicely on the front and look perfect. So I'm just going to pop that on top of our glitter sticker like that. Oops, maybe a bit straighter. There we go. And lastly, I've got an olive bow that I'm just going to add. I've got red tape on this so that it'll stick onto our glitter sticker. There we go. And that is our card finished. It's such a perfect card with all the paper folding, the glitter, the actual fretwork of the glitter sticker, the gold from the layer, and then we've got the inside to match with the actual little patchwork squares. I do like the paper folding and I love this style of design. So that's our last card before Christmas. So this is my Christmas card to you, and I just want to say I hope you have a very, very happy Christmas. I want you to have the even better New Year. I hope Santa visits each and every one of you, and I've got to thank you for your support all the way through 2016. If it wasn't for everybody commenting and watching, I wouldn't still be doing this, because I loved making the videos. So thank you so much for following me, for supporting me, and 2017 is going to be even better. I can promise you so much for 2017. So tune in on the 1st of January for the first of our tips and tricks and technique videos, because they're going to be brilliant. You're going to love them. So have a very happy Christmas. I love you all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.